Leaving this place, the sun's about to break. You're riding shotgun. The feeling we chase. I'm wide awake. Take me away now. 'Cause I won't go down the same old path again now. No, I've been running out of air, so let me catch my breath. Feeling like it's making me crazy. If I'm having a good time, don't you blame me. Yeah, this feeling I've got's making me crazy, making me crazy. So I'm just gonna drive. I'm just gonna drive. I'm just gonna drive. Drive.
Hey, hello. How's everybody doing tonight? Great to see you all. Let's pop out the chat, change that over to live chat. I actually got off early, so this is going to be fun for me. Glad to see everybody in here. I see Herbert T is in here. Tyler Woods, hey buddy, how's it going? Auto Savage is in here. Homegrown Variety Show is in here. Thanks for coming. Flat Earth Forums, thanks for coming. Glad to see you. We got Samson Farms in here. How's it going, buddy? We got Doug from Florida is in the house. Great to see you all. Tyler Woods. So this is so cool. This is I get to actually do a live stream at my normal time without having to go to work. So it's great to see everybody. Glad you stopped in. Stop Smell the Roses. Good to see you. How's it going? So guys, before we even start, I want you guys to remember we still are helping Ken's vlog out. His GoFundMe page is on the top of the screen up there, guys. I know all you guys pretty much have seen that before, but I guess it's for 30 days to support him, so we're still supporting him. So if one of my mods, if it's Tyler or Herbert T, if you want to grab his 2 links and throw them in the chat, that would be awesome. But tonight I want to talk about a little bit about different kind of tech stuff for one thing. We're going to do a little bit about that and how we grew our channel and how we did it the right way. Because I know there's a lot of things going on tonight with sub for subs and networking and all that. That's really good to do, but one thing that perked my interest is I was watching Herbert T one time. It was about a couple weeks ago, and he was talking about going back and refreshing your old stuff. And I'm like, that's a really good... Here, that's Happy. Thanks for coming in here. Thanks for joining us. And I'm like, that is a really good idea. I should go back and just kind of, tweak my titles a little bit, do a little bit stuff here and there, and see what happens. So that's what I did. And in my compost video, which we'll pull up here in a little bit, it just went through the roof. I'm like, that's strange. Okay, it's gardening season. People want to learn about gardening and want to learn about compost, so maybe it's a coincidence. So let's try a different one. So I tried another one. That one went through the roof. So I'm thinking Herbert T had something going on here. I'm like, okay, I might be crazy, but I'm gonna go check some other stuff out and tweak a little bit of stuff here and there. And I use my titles pretty good, and I use my tags. I got a TubeBuddy, so I can do a lot of different things. And I was like, how that has made a difference. So I shot in less than, I think it was a week and a half or 2 weeks. I went from 3.1K. I just gave my 3.1K celebration. 2 weeks later, we were doing our 4.1. Herbert was onto something. YouTube does not promote us as little people. So there's called a 10% rule. 10% of your subs have to watch your videos before YouTube will kick in and start to promote them, unless you can do certain things. There's certain tricks, and tonight we're going to talk about those tricks of how you upload your videos, how to change your tags so that it supports your video, how to put the title and put that into your tags. So we're going to touch base on a bunch of those things today. Tyler's going to do some relaxing. So guys, if you have any kind of questions or anything like that, please do them in caps so I can see what's going on. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up on your way in. And if you guys have any specific questions, let me know. And we are going to go through this. One thing that I wanted to say was use your YouTube Messenger to help you promote your channel and your live streams. So if you go up on top on the right hand side, you're going to see the arrow with a circle around it. That's your YouTube Messenger. Hey Savage, great. Let's rip you up. If you guys see that, and then there's a link. That link is connected directly to you. That is an awesome way to tell everybody I'm going live. Because I've seen so many times people say, hey, I didn't get your notification. Hey, I didn't get this. I didn't get that. Sorry, I missed your live stream. If you send it out that way, that is a sure sign that you're going to get it, because I've been talking to people on here, and if they're on YouTube or if they're on their phone, they'll get that notification right away. Just like I said in mine, I'm going live in 10 minutes. I didn't know what that was, LOL. Yeah, Happy, it is a specific way for you to tell all your friends that, hey, I'm going live. It works so much better than the notifications, because sometimes YouTube puts their notifications out, sometimes they don't. Hey, Vesper, how's it going? You guys, go check him out. I got mine, so you see, he's got his notification. And that's what I'm trying to say, is that there's some people out here, if, like Viper here, go check out his channel, and I think you'll be a little bit shocked. But he's always here. He's always here on, and when we go live, he's a good supporter. He helps in the chat. He's a part of something. Okay? That's what I'm saying, is you're going to have your true people that are going to continue to come back. That's the 10% rule. So 10% of your subscribers are going to actually be a part of your channel. So if you have 4,000 subscribers, that means 400 people roughly are going to be a part of that and being a part of watching the videos. The rest of them, they're not going to be. Now we're talking about the purge. So if YouTube doesn't see an activity of somebody, after a while, they're going to kick them out. Thanks, Herbert, for posting that, guys. Let's not forget about Ken. So when we do this, we have to make sure, number one, that we have true subscribers. Number two, that we are being active. We are going and watching people. We are leaving true comments. We are watching the videos. We're spending some time on that channel, because otherwise YouTube will pull them from us and then we will lose them. Killdeer Survival, how's it going? Thank you for joining us. These are the things that you need to watch. And Herbert's been saying this now for a while. I don't know if people are listening or not. I hope so, because it is true. Even though we are Homestead and Viper's about bikes and stuff like that, and Herbert's about outdoors, we're still a YouTube community. We still are together. And when we're stronger together than if we're out there by ourselves. So we need to be watching the videos. We need to be putting in the time. And that's how you're going to grow on YouTube. Yeah, Homegrown Rider, you'll support Ken, absolutely. Tyler said it worked for me. Tyler had a video too that was shot right through the roof. So people are always asking, how do you do that? How do you get like this? How do you do this? How do you do that? If you keep it to the basics. For those that are over 1K, YouTube has, they're called their YouTube College that you can go and check out. And you'll see a way to use your channel and how to set up things correctly. You can go through all kinds of different classes, and you can find a whole bunch of other stuff out. Or the easier way is just listen to those people that have done it, and their channel is on an upward rise, which is really good. Hey, buddy. Fur babies just came in. So that's a little bit about that. I wanted to, if you guys want to try it out, try a video that's sitting there. It's not doing the best, but it's not doing the worst either. Change your tags a little bit. Make sure that you're using all of those tags. It says 500. Try to get as close as possible to 500. Use your end cards. Use your end of screen things where you can actually show a recent video. Use that kind of stuff. That's there for you guys to help out. So if you're wondering what am I talking about? What are end cards? What is the end of screen? So when you go into your edit and look at what you're doing in there, you'll see at the very top is you have end screens and you have cards, and you have all this other stuff in there. You can pick your specific video that you want to card, and that's a little question mark when you're watching videos and something will pop up in the top. That's what that is. Hey, there's Farmal. Great to see you, pal. By the way, Farmal, you guys have any flooding down there and bad problems with the planting? We just got beans in today. It's bad. So when you do that, it gives your viewers a different avenue to watch, especially if you're watching a video and you're seeing something. Let's say you look at my cold weather chicken coop. I have every video that's connected to that. So I have from the start to finish in that one area, which is really cool because we can do more things that way. So when you want to grow and you're in these chats and you see these people, so if you go like to the Grow Friday and you get these people there, make sure you're reacting to them. Make sure you keep in contact with them, because if you don't, YouTube will pull them out. And it doesn't matter, because the guys that are actually doing the Grow Friday, people are coming into their chat because they want to grow. And that's human nature, that's natural. But if you're gonna go and you're gonna be a part of somebody's channel, you have to be a part of that. So you have to put the time into it, and you got to keep going and back and forth, because as soon as YouTube sees that you're not doing nothing, that person goes, well, now you lose a good subscriber and a friend and a channel that could be watching your content. So you really got to think about that. And it's hard. So I don't know how Farmall does it. Viper does it. I mean, they can put it up in their chat. I mean, I can probably guess they spend a lot of time on their channel and answering comments and seeing what's going on. I know Farmall's busy planting and chopping, and he's probably putting hay up and stuff like that. So it's another whole job in itself, is what I'm trying to say. So here wants to know, how do we repost your videos? Do you have to delete them or reload them? No, you can't repost a video, but you can change the title. So you can change that title and tweak that title to what you're looking for. Here's a trick that I'm going to tell everybody. When you upload your video to YouTube, before you upload that video, make sure that name of that file matches your title. Because right now Upload sees it like if I do a blank one, it's going to come up as Rolling Homestead. So it'll have Rolling Homestead 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and keeps counting up. And that goes into a bliss of nowhere. But if I put in microgreens on that video, and my video deals with microgreens, I'm in a whole different category. That's the trick. So make sure before you upload a video, put the title in that video. So before you upload it into YouTube, and you'll see a huge difference. Because one thing is people, when YouTube sees it, it actually matches your title. And the other trick to it is what your title is, make sure that's in your description. Then make sure that it's in one of your tags. There's 3 tricks right there that will guarantee you that you're going to get shown what you want to be shown, because that's a key. And also check it out on Google. Hey, Shannon, how's it going? Thanks for joining us. If you guys ever haven't, go check go type into Google and check your videos out. Make sure somebody didn't grab your video and use your video, because that has happened many times. Using your content, and they put their twist to it. So make sure you watch that. How are you doing tonight, Simply Shannon? Great to see you. Guys, if you haven't, don't forget to hit the thumbs up. Please share this out. The more people that we get in here is better for me, better for you. There's some very fine people in here right now. We always have good people in here, good content. Okay, so Home Variety Show says, is there a way to download videos from YouTube without having to pay to download? That I've never downloaded videos. I know there's some kind of software out there that you can buy that you can download your videos, tweak them, and do something like that, but I don't have that. Yeah, Shannon, I actually is doing really well. I got off work at 10 o'clock. It's amazing. Usually I work till midnight. But Tyler's another one. Tyler can tell you guys he took a video and was able to do that. Yep, copyright. There's a copyright check on there. You're absolutely right, Herbert. But if you don't go in and say something that somebody took your information, YouTube's not going to run with it. So you have to physically go find that and say, hey, they're using my content. The other thing is that once I think you're over, you have to talk to Farmall, or maybe Shannon has it too. Once you get to a certain point in YouTube, you have other abilities, like you have lawyers that back you up, you have tech support. Like right now I have tech support, and they actually contact you back in an email if you have any problems. So as you go up in that numbers, you have different levels that you can use. See, Viper says there's a plugin for certain browsers. So there's certain things that you're allowed to do as your numbers grow. So make sure that you're reading your notifications too. YouTube does put out stuff in your emails, and when you load up or you go to the home page and stuff like that, you're going to find that kind of stuff. Yep, here the watermark does discourage that. Every single one of my videos have my watermark on there, and that's kind of like your brand. You see, so many people. You guys got to remember that this is your. If you have a store and you're trying to sell something, your YouTube channel, your homepage is the front face of that store. So how that looks is going to keep people in, or they're going to walk. And the statistics say that people don't read comments; they look at pictures. So you can use Canva, is a free software to design your own thumbnails. And they have the YouTube thumbnail right there. You can go and build your own, take pictures, do whatever you want, put words in there. I have that on a bunch of different ones of mine. Shauna, great to see you. Thanks for coming in here. So you can use that. That does help out a lot. If you have TubeBuddy, TubeBuddy will allow you to actually go in your video and pick a certain point that you want, and you can use that as a thumbnail. There's different softwares up there, like I use a Power Director 14. I'm able to actually do a snapshot, and then I can use that as my thumbnail. So there's so many different ways that you can actually use a thumbnail and put that as your picture. And if it's more of something I want to see, if you look at yourself and ask yourself that question, how many times do I actually go through and read the description, or do I just look at the picture? Yeah, Tyler, anytime you want to, we can. What do you want to do it on? I was talking to Herbert T about a couple weeks ago that, about doing more of a collab on tags and stuff like that to help out the channels that are looking to grow. So that'd be another one. But all these things really do help, and they make things a little bit easier. Shelter building. Yeah, I got a nice bushcraft camp, so I actually do cold weather camping. So I camp in the middle of winter time. So anytime you want to, let me know. Are you doing it the traditional way, or are you just going to bring stuff out there, or what do you want to do on that collab? Because there's a lot of mine is more of a rustic things I found in the woods besides the tarps. Piper, how does that work? How does what work? Yeah, Tyler, the first time I built mine, I actually wanted to make a three different sets of. I've got the kind of the hut, and then I have the super shelter, and then I have the basic lean-to. And I'm actually gonna do the next one that I want to build is I want to actually build a wigwam that would have a fire pit on the inside. That's my next shelter that I want to build, and which is nice for us because where we're at, we have pines and cedars, so I got natural repellent and water, so I can actually use that. But the next one that I want to do is I want to do a wigwam. Camping in the cold. Well, I'm ex-military and I've got survival training for cold weather environments. And what I did is, if you go watch my very first two videos, I took my boys out there, and it was running in the 20s and 30 degrees, and there's snow on the ground and stuff like that. And it got down to about 15. Well, what I did is I did a 8-hour log, and the boys kept throwing wood on the fire. And in front of my shelter is a 4 mil plastic that comes down, and there's a board that goes down on the bottom of it. And them guys got that thing up to 90 degrees where I actually had my head sticking out the window. It was just way too hot. Everybody was sleeping on top of their sleeping bags, and everybody was comfortable. And of course, you have your kids out there, so you really want to make the experience good for them. So, we're stoking up the fire, we're keeping it rolling, and we probably went through about a cord of wood that night, because they woke up the next morning and they're like, where'd all the wood go? But it was fun for them, and they really enjoyed it. We made steaks out there, and we made some shish kebabs. I showed them how that you can make steaks and use sticks to hold them and stuff like that. So, hey, Big Al, great to see you. I've got some big boomers there, Doug, and I've got some little boomers. But yeah, there's one time, Tyler, that we went out there and it was a really heavy, wet snow. And I was going to do an overnighter, and I got cold and wet. Creative Redundancy, great to see you. Thanks for coming in here. I got wet, and my clothes got wet, and I'm like, okay, well, I couldn't even take the snow and take the moisture off me. It just kept coming down and coming down, and what happened is that pushed my smoke into my camp, where it was constantly going inside the if I was in the hut or if I was sitting in a lean-to, wherever I was at, that smoke was constantly pushing in there. And it got to the point where I was like, I have to pull it. I can't. My eyes were burning from all the smoke. Everything was soaking wet. It was just miserable. That was about the hardest time that I think I've ever been out there, that everything fell apart. It didn't work the way I thought it was going to work. And I wasn't having fun. So I was like, you know what? This is miserable. I'm out of here. Yeah, Creative, we had 60 below this year. That's when you know that it's cold. Yeah, Tyler, I have my my military bivouac bag, so I'm good for 50 below. And then I was doing some of the stuff, and I've got some videos to show this. I had a company out of California that wanted me to try their gear out, so they sent me everything they had and said, here, try this out. You can have it, see how it works. They had a one-person tent. They have a mummy bag that's good for 40 below. They had an awesome tarp system, so I could take their two-weather, or I think it's a 3-season tent. I turned that into a 4-season tent, and I actually slept through a tornado in that thing. That was crazy. But so we tried all this gear out, and one of the things that they have is they have a thermal blanket that you can put down on the ground, and then you put your sleeping bag on top of that. And I used to just use the military wool blankets to do that, but this thing is just awesome. It's great. Tyler, I am probably close to about 5 hours away from Madison right now. I'm up past Rhinelander. Yeah, savage. 50 below is crazy. 60, I mean, you instantly go outside, your breath is getting cold. You got to cover your face, you got to cover your nose because if you suck that in, you can actually hurt yourself. So there's a lot of things that go in consideration for that. I actually took a guy out that was a MMA fighter, and he decided he was going to he got out of the fighting and he was going to go into training. And he decided that he wanted to go on a cold weather camp with me, and I told him exactly what to bring, and he packed his pack. It was plus 80. He's never been out in this kind of snow before, any of that other stuff. He had snowshoes, but they were still sinking foot and a half down. And when we got out of the truck and we started hiking, you're looking at, there was a 5 foot base and he's sinking 4 foot, and a couple times it looked like a green turtle flapping around. He was way overpacked. He pretty much drank all his water before we got to where the camp was going to be. It was just everything was stacked against him because he had no idea. He's never done it before. He was out there. He didn't follow what I told him to do. He drank my water. I then had to go boil water. And it was getting dark. It was about 5 o'clock. And he was so soaked from sweating that I couldn't get him warm anymore. So I pulled the plug. And we brought him back because I said, you're not going to make it through the night, because all we had was the sleeping bags. We made a makeshift shelter out of some limbs that we found, and we're sleeping on the snow. He wasn't going to make it. So I could either give him some of my stuff, and then I would have had a heck of a night. I could have gave him my military sleeping bag. He probably would have been fine. But then I was out and up without nothing. So you really have to understand what cold weather can do, because once you get cold, it's very, very hard. Hypothermia kicks in, shivering, stuff like that. It's a tough situation. Up fishing near the Dells, Herbert T. You talking about the Eau Claire Dells or the Wisconsin Dells? Hey, there's Kristen B. How you doing? Good to see you. Guys, make sure if you haven't seen somebody in here and there's somebody new that you haven't seen, go check them out. Show them some love. Wisconsin Dells. That's probably about, I'm going to say, close to 4 hours from us south, Herbert. Yeah, redundance. It's, frostbite, mild frostbite isn't too bad to deal with. It's crazy. But Tyler, if you and Herbert want to talk about, bushcraft and stuff like that, we can turn over and go in hangouts, and we can bring you guys up, and we can talk about it. No, Tyler, I've never been there. Shaban. What the heck is shebang? Shebang, I know. Kristen P, I'm a bushcrafter too. That is awesome. That's what I started doing. I really like the bushcraft. I really like being outdoors. You can simply just walk away from everything. It's like so. Well, you want to build a fishing rod in the bush. That's pretty simple, Tyler. All you gotta do is get some yo-yos and a stick. Doug, I've been out when it was 30 below. That's my coldest that I did. That wasn't by choice, that was by mistake. One thing up here is our weatherman can never get anything right. I went out, I was supposed to be in the teens, and it got to the point where she was pretty cold. I woke up in the morning and it was hurry up, get out of the sack and get your stuff back on, and I had to do some jumping jacks and get the fire going to warm up, get that cup of coffee going. Heaven's Gate, thank you so much for coming in. Great to see you. Tyler, there's a chair that we made. If you go check that out, the little lady sewed it up for me because I could never find anything that was big enough because I'm 6'5" and I'm just pushing just about 280. And every time I go get a chair, it would rip out. So she made me this thing, and all it does is take 3 poles with some string tied together. It's kind of like a hammock kind of thing. You sit back in there. It is so awesome. Yeah, Viper Coffee. Fred, glad you came in here. There's another guy. We have guys that are in here. Fred's right around in that 700 mark. He's done a lot for a lot of channels. He's a great supporter. He's been part of the Homestead for a long time. He needs to be at that 1K. Boston Mountain Homestead, thanks for coming in here. Thanks for joining us. Yeah, Creative says, I remember the one time in the 30, it was negative 35 and open frozen lake with minimum shelter, close to gale force winds. That's, one of the things is I got friends that like to go out to Lake Winnebago and stuff like that, and I see it out there, and it's crazy. That's not my cup of tea anymore. Teacup? Is Teacup in here? One of the things that we got recently here is, I don't know if you guys ever seen one of these before, but this is called the, for those that shoot video, this is called the Cam Caddy, Scorpion style, so Fred would like this. This is going to be our newest edition. $20 on Amazon. It's well worth it because one of the biggest things is having all this stuff together, and this seems to be a lot nicer. So we're gonna give it a shot. We're gonna give it a review. Not too fond of the plastic portions of stuff, but it does make it lighter. So we'll see how that works out. Fred, you were thirsty? What are you thirsty for? Yeah, Creative, it does. It's like needles. So it's freezing rain. That makes it miserable. Killdeer Survival, thanks for joining us. Guys, do me a favor and hit that thumbs up. And share this thing out. Let's try to get some more people in here. Guys, if you see it on top too, I don't want anybody to forget. Please go by and check out Ken's vlog. You see his over that way. You see his homepage there. Also, his GoFundMe link is above me there. So please go and check him out. Remember, we're here to try this whole month. We're going to try to support him. Is that right? Is it just this month, or are we going into next month there, Kristen? Chris, can someone build me a house I can run away to? Thanks, Herbert, for tweeting it out. Tyler says, I'm on it. Boston Mountain Homestead. Thanks for joining us. Yeah, guys, it's, Ken is, I just met Ken not too long ago, but it is close to my heart because the fact is I lost my uncle from the same exact thing. And I saw how it destroyed him. So I hope that we can catch it before it gets too far away. I did have a collapsed lung. I know how it is and how it feels to only be breathing on one lung. It's not a fun thing, having that box next to you as they try to inflate it. So it's a bad situation. And to have two little boys involved and your wife, I can't imagine the stress that's on that man. So a little bit of help that we can do will be well worth it. It's always fun to be on here, but when you see that somebody's in need, it just truly in need, it's something that just has to happen. So Kristen, you want it like airtight or do you want holes in it? And coming from Florida to these colder environments, you're going to have a big change. Wow, Al. Just had your right one removed. It's not fun. Yeah, I seen he's at 2K now. That's awesome. 2,118 exactly. How do I get to his channel? Big Al, just type in Ken's Vlogs. I've got it right here. You can just, it should look like that. If one of my, Kristen, can you put his link? Or I can, never mind. I can do that. Here you go, Al. There's his link to his homepage, so you can go check him out. Hey, Killdeer, thanks for coming in here. God bless. You take care. And we'll see you on the next one. I usually don't get home for another hour, so we got a long time to go. There, thank you, Fred. Yeah, Tyler, I know how it is. I've been itching to go out and play in the woods for a while. I get my garden and stuff that's coming up here, so. Right now we're eating fresh raspberries and fresh radishes and all kinds of good stuff. So that gets into the next subject of things that I wanted to talk about, and that was microgreens. And if you guys haven't seen what microgreens are about, we are going to be doing a full, a bunch of videos because I'm going to set up, I do have a microgreen stand with the lights and everything and set up, but if you have not seen what microgreens are about, it is a great supplement of food. And if you guys haven't noticed, there's a lot of places that are underwater right now where our fruits and vegetables are grown. I'm running away to Kansas. That's still too far south, Kristen. But microgreens are a huge thing. And if you look down in New York right now, they're big things. And they pack a huge portion of your vitamins and minerals in a small plant. They're really cool. So for us, excuse me, I'll be on a TV show. Tyler, what TV show? You gonna go to alone? Yeah, I can. Hang on, my dogs are gotta go out. You guys, I'll be right back. All right. So Tyler, you wanna come up on a panel, and Kristen want to come up on a panel? We can talk about bushcraft, knives, all kinds of good stuff. Blondie's Adventures. Thanks for coming in here. Thanks for joining us. Herbert T. Yeah, driving is always faster. Let me share this out again. Blondie's Adventures. You are, I think, new to my channel. I'm going to check. Yes, you are. Yeah, Herbert, we do know about the hashtags, Kristen. I don't know anything about bushcrafting. All right, Tyler, sounds good. Me being a second shifter, I forget that normal people work day shift. So Tyler, what kind of knives do you like? What's your go-to knife? Pour that Crete, Tyler. There you go. Hey, you gotta make hay with the sun shining, Tyler. I know how it is. I used to work road construction. There you go, creative. That's half of it right there. Bushcraft is pretty simple. It's just you're just using the natural things that are out there, from if you're using bowls and how to make a bowl to your own utensils, your shelters. That's bushcrafting. You know, burning a bowl might take 8 hours to do, but it works. It's fun too. Yeah, I don't know which way, if it was you or if it was Mason. I'm a big K bar from the service, so I got a bunch of K bars. I've got some Hershaws. I've got some. I won a couple trade knives. A couple saws. So I look like an owl. Take care, Big Al. K bars, yeah, I got some. I've got. They're my favorite. I've got a story for you about a Gerber, Tyler. Actually, we got two of their machetes, and we have a couple of their survival knives like Bear Grylls has. And I took the machete and I was cutting into some pine boughs, and I bent the blade. Now I'm a machinist. I can fix it, straighten it out, resharpen it. Not a big deal. But I sent them the picture, and I sent them and said, hey, this is what I was using for it. And we actually had a video of it. So they sent me out a brand new one, and we torqued that one too. And I said, I think I'm just going to leave these alone. I'll leave these kind of machetes alone. I think I'm going to go to something else. And I have a couple of their knives too, and it was just not what I expected. The Kershaws, I've actually pounded into the trees and used it to climb up trees. I've got a different type of machete. I've got more of the jungle machete. Works wonders. That's a good knife too. What's the tan on that? Or the tang, I'm sorry. Cold steel. And the funny thing is you'd be surprised how all my bushcraft stuff has been a part of the homestead. If I want to go and take one of my axes or something like that, my axes for bushcraft you can shave with. And it's really nice to go and just, if you want to hack something up, it's really nice and sharp. It's easy. Full tang, okay, yep. If you like machetes there, Tyler, go try out the SOG. They're pretty cool machetes. Kristen must have fell asleep. But yeah, we'll definitely have to do a collab, and I've got a bunch of footage of actually making mine, and then that I can show. We're good, Blondie. It's great to see you. We're doing really well. Let's see if I can find one of the older videos here from... Here you go, Tyler. This one is bring this one up for you. This one was actually, I was using night vision camera. I can bring this one up here. There we go. This was one of my very first ones. This is total night vision here. This wasn't a Gen. I've got some Gen 2s and I got some Gen 3s actually night vision, but this was a camera. And this from the Bell & Howell had the Rogue with night vision capabilities. So this is my hut shelter, which you can open it up in the summertime and have a full window, and then I have it shut down. And there is a stove in there too also. Simple Man's Barbecue. Hey, there we go. Thanks for joining us. Love cooking. That's my second favorite thing to do. Barbecuing. Hey, Howie. Great to see you. Glad you came in here. Guys, if you haven't checked out Howie from Food Forest, please do. Come over this way. And sorry about that. So we have a nice campfire going. Move the chairs and stuff. Then that's a table and a chair that I actually cut out, which was really fun. And there's some more stumps and stuff. But as far as the shelter, if I can do this without shaking up too much. So this is actually my bushcraft camp. It now has a solid wood wall. There will be a door right there. A cot. And right there is going to be a little potbelly stove. And now what you're looking at will be the chimney for it. I made it offset a little bit so that we can get the pipe up in there. I just got to get some angles on there, and it should be ready to go, but I don't think I need it in the winter. Or, I mean, in the winter. In the summer, I mean. Yeah, we had one of my buddy's kids stayed out there. They were 16 years old, and they stayed out there this year in the wintertime, and they had no problem whatsoever. They were in that hut, and nice and warm, had a fire going. So there you go, Tyler. Hey, Hot Sauce Junkie, thanks for coming in. So like I said, Tyler, the next one that I want to do is I'm going to do a wigwam. A wigwam is probably the most efficient shelter that there is because of the way it heats itself and everything else. So that's my next test when I have time. Tyler, I did that actually. They're not. If you really want a good stove that's light, that is the military stove that's in this hut. It will cook you out of there, and I think I paid $100 for it, and it's been out there for 3 seasons out in the elements. It works awesome. Last year that was 2 years ago, we made I made some venison tenderloins, barbecue venison tenderloins on the fire, and we had some zucchini, some asparagus, and some other stuff on there too that we made. Really good, and that's what I mean about having fun outside. So actually, Tyler, that thing can be broken down, and it actually does. It has its own personal bag, and you can tie it to the ruck and use it that way. This is a chair that I was talking to you about, Tyler. This is I made that just out of 3 posts, and then the little lady sewed this up for me. It works awesome. There's actually a video in my later files on how it works and how to make it, so it's pretty cool. Boston, it just depends on what kind of night vision you have. I can go get you. Hang on a second. I'll get you a Gen 2. See, this camera that I'm using for this video actually has built-in night vision in the camera, which is really cool. So you have, this is a Gen 3 night vision scope right here. And then this is a Gen 2 regular Mylar night vision. This is going to show green, it's not going to show purple. And then like this one here is going to show you more of a black and white, where the traditional, I shouldn't say traditional, the new age Gen scopes are. So there's a lot of different things that you can actually have in there. So we do both. They're simple. We hunt and we trap if we have to. Just kind of do whatever we need to do. Yeah, creative. We have a lot of talk about food, that's for sure. Take care, Blondie Adventures. Thanks for coming in here. Glad to meet you. Now, we'll be checking your stuff out. So let's go to some of the other stuff that we have here. So Tyler, this is my very first one here. This is my super shelter, and I took this up to it was almost, I think it was like 92 in there that night. Worked really well. And I took 3 kids that were under the age of 16 out there, which were having, a good time. So that was the key to it, is keep them happy. Simple Man, yeah, it does, but the problem that you got to realize too is, like, in the cold environment that we live in and the amount of snow that we get, trapping for us, you have to know the location of the animals, because they're going to be deep in the swamp, because they're burning energy, they're in a whole lot of food, so they stay pretty close to the deep stuff. So trapping is a huge thing for us in the wintertime. But snares or something like that, if you're talking about snowshoes or anything like that, it's going to be really hard to do that. So if I was in a survival situation, I guess it'd be I'd be trying to find some kind of deer because that's going to give me, for number one, is a lot of food and it's cold out, so it'd be frozen. It'd be simple, and that'd be less energy that I would have to use. Hey Brian, how's it going? Thanks for joining us. Boston Mountain, you take care. Hope to see you on the next one. We are way up in northern Wisconsin. We are up past in the Rhinelander area. We do usually snare traps, Tyler. If I do natural like a deadfall or something like that, but if we're gonna trap for food, I'm gonna use a snare trap. But it's gonna, that's a 3-day process. You're gonna have to be really lucky to get anything. Like Mason was asking me too. He wanted to do some winter ice fishing. And I keep telling him, if you're gonna do that primitive, you're looking at trying to hack your way through 3 feet of ice. It's difficult. Yeah, simple. It's cold up here. We get to 60 below, so. It's a whole different ball game if you play with someone that's, as far as what Mason does, in Georgia, temperature-wise, that's a whole different skill set. You get up here into the cold environments and stuff like we're dealing with, it's totally, totally different. That is cool, Brian. Hope you shot some video. Thanks for coming by, Homegrown, and I hope to see you again. Herbert, if we're gonna trap in the wintertime, most of the time what you're looking at is around here they're doing fox, they're doing coyote. If you can get some beaver, which is nice because the beaver meat is really going to help you out. If it was in a survival situation, that's what I'd be turning to, is looking for the beaver dams. And that's spending a whole lot of time out in the woods, because you need to know where the beaver ponds are. But you're not going to get one right away, and you could be sitting there 2-3 days without food. So you have to have plan B. Creative redundancy. Taking off. So you really got to watch out when you're doing. If you're thinking about you're going to survive off the land and the food. In wintertime, it's very, very hard. Like, all we have up here for fresh greens is going to be a winter crest, stuff like that. And when we get to the deep, deep snow, you're out of luck. Then you got to move over into the pines. You're going to make pine tea. You're going to have to use the white membrane of the pine. You can make pine jerky. You can make pine flour. And hope the traps do well. I do like, for fishing wise, you're pretty much, unless you got running water, you're just pretty much out of luck. Yeah, Fred, I hear that. A lot of big guns. All right, Tim, thanks. Yeah, I'm gonna have to send you some of that stuff out. Guys, if you didn't watch me, I did a challenge. Oh, by the way, Hot Sauce Junkie, I did order the hottest chocolate bar in the world, and we are going to try that out. 9 million scoline is what that one is. So we're hoping that one is going to be good. Who's this joker? Oh, this is part 2. Alright, so this shows the inside at nighttime. So you guys can find this on my playlist. So there the kids are all having fun. As you can see, it is 17 degrees out, and they're sitting on top of their sleeping bags and rolling up their sleeves there. It was way too hot. It is called the world's hottest candy bar. I guess it's probably only about this big. I will be getting it in about a week. So we're going to try that out and see how that is. Hopefully, I don't kill myself doing it, but 9 million scoline is going to be pretty rough. Let's see if I can't... Go on, bounce. Hang on a second, guys. I want to get this for Tim there. All right, Tim. That is what we ordered. So we're going to give her a shot and see. This is the world's hottest chocolate bar, Hellfire infused milk chocolate. World's hottest chocolate bar. It is super spicy chocolate made from 9 million scoline scales. That is what we're going to try out and see what it's got. Fred says he's heard it isn't as bad as Reaper pepper. Well, I got that too. I heard it isn't so bad, Fred, if you eat one by one. You're supposed to eat one piece of it every minute or something like that. Well, we'll see. Yeah, Viper Live. Last time I did a live stream, we did it, I think that was last week or the week before. And I took I took 3 of the hottest peppers. I took 10 each. So I took 10 Reapers, 10 Scorpions, and 10 Ghost Peppers. And I smoked them in the smokehouse. And then I ground them up and I put that on a piece of cheese. And I ate that during the live stream. And that was miserable. That sucked. So I hope this one has... The taste was really good. I had a nice smoky flavor, and I used some Colby Jack cheese, which was good. And I thought the Colby would knock it down a notch or two. It didn't. And then to top it all off, that weekend we made some smoked pork chops, and I got a brain fart, and he said I was going to sprinkle that over the top of it. That was miserable also. Yeah, Fred, all at once. That would be kind of cool there, Tim. I had a buddy of mine take some of my Reaper peppers and he put it in some tequila. Or no, it was vodka. Some expensive vodka, and he made a drink. He had it sitting in there for a couple months, and he tried that, and I guess that was just miserable. I've seen that, the Nemesis bar. Hey, did you try that nut challenge, Tim? That's another one that I seen kick people's butt. I don't know hopefully my pepper plants are only about this tall because it's just really cold here in Wisconsin. I'm hoping these 90-degree weather days here kicks it up a notch, but last year we had a good season for Reaper peppers, and I had Reapers that were just gnarly looking, just all bubbly and a big old tail on the bottom, and my scorpions were just beautiful. So I still got them from last year. So I've been using them up. But them things, you can just take one little paper slice and it kills you. So oop, got Ken's vlog. Guys, don't forget, if you haven't already, please go check out Ken's vlog. He is on everyone's mind and prayers. I got his GoFundMe link above me, right above me up here. So Simple Man Barbecue, we have a walk-in smokehouse that I built last year. I've got some videos on that, which works really well. And then my grill that I had for many years, I had it's probably, I want to say about 4 foot long, so about a 50-gallon propane tank average in that area. It finally decided to rot out, so I went and got an Oklahoma Joe, and we use that as a grill because I don't use charcoal. If you don't know, if you use charcoal, please if you're going to use charcoal, use a cowboy charcoal, because that's just, at least it's wood that's been burnt down. So it burns hotter, but at least you're not getting the fumes and the nasty stuff from regular charcoal, because they soak that stuff in stuff that you don't even want to eat. But we only use natural wood. And the Oklahoma Joe, we've been doing a lot of tests with that. We've been doing some mods to it. Hopefully here, this will be the 4th time that I've actually cooked on it this weekend. And then I can do some videos on that. Yeah, simply the Oklahoma Joe I really do like. Took some couple mods to it and did they got the lava gauges in there, and I wasn't too happy with those, so we went back and we ordered the Oklahoma Joe gauges. We got them back in there. I got the lava clamps. I got them in there now. And then we sealed off the cooking chamber, and we got the seal on the door. I did it, and then I took food grade silicone, went around everything besides the firebox door itself. I left that alone so it could breathe. But I don't have the reverse flow or anything like that. I got the island. Tyler, I did the Mexican chili pepper as a jelly, which was really good. This year we do want to do the ghost pepper jelly, and we want to do the Reaper jelly. I did a couple weeks ago. I did a glaze with some hot peppers, and we took some of the jelly and we used it as a glaze. It was just delicious. I've checked that out, Tim. Yeah, Simple Man, it does help out a lot. I still am seeing probably about 100-degree difference between the two gauges from the far back of it to the front of it. Obviously, you got the firebox in there. Last year we took some, I've got a Weber. It's probably about this tall canister that I put in there, and that's just for my water bath, so I got the moisture in there. And we took some bourbon, and we made some smoked bourbon chicken, and instead of putting water in there, I put the bourbon in there. That was really good. Yeah, Tim, we're supposed to hit in the 90s on Saturdays. We've been 78, 79 in that area right now. So I'm hoping by this weekend stuff starts to shoot up. Tyler, Tim is just below me. He's down south, probably be about 4 hours away from me. And for those guys that are interested, I really do want to do a Wisconsin YouTubers get together. I don't care if you're a bushcrafter, homesteader, whatever it is. I wanted to do a neutral spot for everybody, and I want to gather and do a gathering. I think that would be pretty cool to have all of us just Wisconsin YouTubers together. So we are trying to get that to going. I've got some people that are far up north from me yet that are also, we got Sly North, he's up there. There's a bunch of people that we can get together, so keep that in mind. If you guys are interested, let me know. Maybe next year we can set that up and have a Wisconsin YouTubers get together. I think that'd be pretty cool. Tyler's Madison. But I know they do that down south, so, you know, if that's a thought and an idea, I think that'd be pretty neat. And it's pretty cool about the these conventions and these get-togethers because everybody's streaming, everybody's shooting videos, so everybody gets, it doesn't matter if it's me or if it would be, let's say Tim would come down there, it would be a lot of different people. So it's everybody streaming, everybody's getting together and meeting new people, meeting new friends. It's really cool. It's a fun time. See if I can find that video where I was out camping. All right, here's here you go, guys. We're going to make some jerky. We'll throw this one up here for a while. Yeah, Tim, we can pop peppers like candy. Yep. Well, that's the thing, when you get everybody together and you do whatever you want. Not yet, Simple Man. We are going to be going through it here shortly. I do have a couple videos that I have, but I haven't made them on the Oklahoma Joe. I've got some pictures of the food that's on there. that we cooked. I can see if I can bring them up. Whoops, sorry. Oh, where'd that go now? There we go. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Come on. One thing about having 3 monitors, trying to get stuff all the way across, it's kind of a pain in the butt. Actually, I think I got them on my, let me see once. I think I got them on my camera. Josh All, hey, I'm new here. And I'm happy that the sunny side of, well, thanks for coming in, guy, and thanks for joining us. Yeah, I am going to have to probably work, Tim. I won't be able to make it. That's the problem, is that I am a machinist for the military, so I am busy a lot. It all depends on what's going on, so I'll be there Saturday competing in a deep dish of Doom pizza. Ooh, that sounds good. Alright. Let's see if I got some pictures on here of Oklahoma Joe. Who farted? No one farted. I got too much stuff here. That's my problem. There we go. Let's bring up some pictures. Yeah, Tim, I'm a vet, and I was in the military from 1992 to 2007. So, and then I get a job making military parts. Kind of cool. Jason, now, how's it going? Great to see you. Glad you could join in. What the heck is wrong with this thing? Feeder from the top. Hey, Sandy K. Thanks for joining us. How's it going, my dear? I got off of work early. Trying to pull up some pictures if I can get to them. Josh, no, I'm not a Navy. I was in the Army. Yeah, that didn't work either. Take care, Howie. Thanks for coming in, brother. We will see you in the next one. Well, for some reason it doesn't want to grab my stick here. I don't know why. That's cool, Fred. Exactly, Tim. Well, the thing of it is this computer was specifically built for streaming. And when you have everything hooked up like this, I have that love-hate relationship also. BBQ, your new mod. Great. Glad you're still here, Herbert. Yeah, we got all kinds of toys around here to play with. Actually, this is a knife that I'm going to be redoing. This is actually from Trade Knives. This is the one that I took out for almost a year out in the woods. Haven't done anything to it. One thing that I noticed is that it didn't hold an edge very well. It's a very thick, look at the tan on that thing, it's huge. Oops, sorry, there's the camera. But this is one of the knives that I won. And it's a full tang right there. So you could really do some damage with it. One thing that I like, it does have the hook here. It does have a nice edge if you're going to use a ferro rod. So we're going to do some touch-ups on this. We're going to clean this baby back up, and we're going to put her back into service. Got it up here to remind me of that. Sandy, you're leaving already? Take care. God bless. Time's up. I got sick of playing with trying to figure that out. I got to get to it. This is one that I won also. This thing is pretty. This is from Smith & Wesson. This is their bullseye knife and their hatchet. What I don't like about this is you're walking around and this thing will slip right out. They needed to design this a lot better. As far as the hatchet goes, and this would be strictly for food grade only. Very good. Very sharp. Keeps a nice edge. But like I said, this is just food grade. This isn't gonna do much out in the woods. But they really needed to do something different with this case because your knife shouldn't just fall right out. And if you're walking around or hiking, this thing will just fall out. Yeah, Viper, that was a knife. I'll go get a knife. Alright, so everybody likes talking about knives. Hey, I will, Tim. Keep in touch. I will be. So, if anybody hasn't tried out Herbert T, any of those, these little Moras are great knives. They're cheap. They're inexpensive. Awesome, awesome knife. I've actually cut carpet with this thing. I've done so many of things. You can put an edge back on there. This is Swiss made. This is a really, really good knife. And they used to be very cheap. So this is just your regular Mora. Now, if you want to go into bushcraft, or if some kind of stuff like that, this is my SOG. This is where I would go if I wanted to play some. This thing holds an excellent, excellent edge. I beat this thing upside and down and abused it, and this baby is cracked up. I mean, this thing is indestructible right now. Full tan. It does have the thing for smashing. I wouldn't try to cut anything with that thing. You'd probably end up cutting yourself, but it does have the serrated edge on the backside for the saw. But this is a SOG Ferrari. This is a really good bushcraft, and if you're looking for a machete, this is a great one. Now, if you're looking for my go-to knife when I'm out in the woods, is going to be my Bulldog K-Bar. I've actually stabbed this thing into the tree and climbed up a tree with this knife. This thing is just awesome. I love this knife. This is, as you can see, it has been used up and abused. It's one of my favorite knives to use. This is actually what I carried when I was in the service. And then if you're looking for something where it's a little bit more smaller, this is called a B&K. This is actually a K-bar also. Really good knife, very sharp. The only thing I don't like about this knife is it has that black, like a powder coat paint on it. But it holds the edge like you wouldn't believe. It does have the, you can change the handles. These are composite handles on there. Very nice knife to have. But if you want to do a Crocodile Dundee, take care, Tim. Go to bed. If you guys want to do a Crocodile Dundee thing, this is the Bar Bowie Knife. This is actually, it's got a 14-inch blade without the handle. This one, if I do not want to go and take an axe out in the woods with me, this is what I take because I can split wood with this thing. This thing is just unbelievable. And I've done a lot of that already. You can see how the paint is wore off. So this is a huge knife. So those are my 4 go-to knives that I got, and I've got where is it here? Oh, where did you go? Kershaw sent me a knife. It is a tactical knife. More of a fighting knife is what it is. But I got that also. I do have a bunch of different Kershaws. Take care, Outlaw. Yeah, Herman, that's a knife. Yeah. Take care. Yeah, for them, or I'll tell you, if you for the money wise, Kershaw is going to be probably, and you got to watch out because there's China grade and there's U.S. grade. China uses a 2018 steel, and the U.S. knives are going to be a little bit more expensive, but they have the high carbon steel, so you got to watch out which ones you get because they do have, Kershaw does have a, or not Kershaw, K-Bar has a knockoff that I think it's made in Japan. Let me see here. Yeah, this is actually, no, I'm sorry, it's not Japan, it's Taiwan. And it's a 1775 steel. 1775 carbon. And I've yet to be able to break this knife. And this is actually one that I stab into the tree and I climb up on it, so. Yep, James, good to see you. It pops in China crap. Yeah, I don't like China at all. But if you guys are looking for a good machete, this thing goes with me out in Homestead for chopping and doing everything. This thing is awesome, and it keeps an edge like you wouldn't believe. So if you really are looking for a good machete, go check out the SOG's Safari. You guys will not be disappointed. Now there's a difference too, guys, is I do use a leather strap on my stuff to sharpen it. As a machinist, I learned throughout the years how to sharpen a knife, and you can shave with my axes, you can shave with a lot of my knives, so that's another good thing here. I'll be right back. And then for those people that were, hey, Brian, good to see you. This is actually the Gerber machete. As you can see, it's been used. But if you look down the edge here, I straightened it out right here, cutting down a pine. I bent the whole portion of this right here. I actually had to re-straighten it out. But this is Gerber's machete. So if you're doing light brush or something like that, this would be okay. If you're doing some really heavy cutting, I would definitely be using a SOG. Now I need to make some jerky. That's making me hungry. Take care, James. Thanks for coming in. Good to see you, too. Yeah. One of the things that we learned up here with smoking meats and, if we're doing summer sausage or we're doing hot sticks or we're doing jerky or anything like that, it's nice to do it in the wintertime because we got our own built-in cooler. So, and you can make some really good jerky. Gotta love the jerky. All right, let's pull this over here. All right, guys. Well, I just want you guys to know that we're going to be doing the microgreens. We're also going to be talking about here in the near future. Me and Merle this Saturday are going to be talking about the food as where it's grown and with the floods, how it's going to affect us in long term. You're not seeing that totally on the medias right now. Social media is not showing that at all. But you got to remember, there's a lot of our area that is being flooded, and that's where our food comes from. So we're going to have some prices in the store go up. We're going to go through that. We're going to talk about how to set up a grow room in your house, and I'm going to show you kind of my setup with the grow lights and stuff, how to grow vegetables indoors. We're going to be talking about the microgreens and stuff like that. One of the biggest things that we're going to be talking about too is we're going to be doing a thing on chaga and the benefits of chaga. So that should be coming up here soon. Yeah, Viper, my favorite is jerky too, especially the cost that it is and how actually you can do it at home for so much. It's cheaper by far. So it's crazy how much they charge for jerky. But guys, I'm going to be taking off here. It is already after 12. I want to get up, so you guys all take care, and thank you for joining me tonight, and I'm glad I was able to come on here and do this. So you guys take care. God bless. Remember Ken's vlog. If you haven't, go check him out. Guys, be careful, be safe, and I will see you on the next one.
Leaving this place, the sun's about to break. You're riding shotgun, the feeling we chase. I'm wide awake, take me away now. 'Cause I won't go down the same old path again now. No, I've been running out of air, so let me catch my breath. Feeling I've got's making me crazy. If I'm having a good time, don't you blame me. Yeah, this feeling I've got's making me crazy, making me crazy. So I'm just gonna drive. I'm just gonna drive. I'm just gonna drive. I'm just gonna drive. Wherever we go, we're taking control. The future is ours now. The road never ends. It's me and my friends. These are the good times. And I'm feeling like I could go on forever. And I've been running out of air, so let me catch my breath. Feeling I've got's making me crazy. If I'm having a good time, don't you blame me. Yeah, this feeling I've got's making me crazy, making me crazy. Yeah, this feeling I've got's making me crazy, making me crazy. So I'm just gonna drive.
you if you don't mind.
Been running out of air, so let me catch my breath. Feeling now that's making me crazy. If I'm having a good time, don't you blame me. Yeah, this feeling now that's making me crazy, making me crazy. So I'm just gonna drive.
Hey Rome, what's good? Welcome. What I would do is find other people that like the cream in your area and have some connectors with them. They make sure they're good. I don't know how that works. That's what I would probably do. But at the same time, you get involved into it so you're there.
I'm just gonna drive.
Just in case it gets recorded, we're going to do it right.